The Communications Amendment Bill was presented by Sir Joe Lozano and is divided into three parts. The first gives the regulatory authority the power to investigate allegations and take action on protected content infringement, electronic communication which infringes copyright. This is aimed at regularising satellite TV channels. Sir Joe said this way was better than getting the police involved.
That would have been not good for the jurisdiction. It would not be a good thing, because then if you say, well, look, what they're doing is a crime, which it is, right? But if you proceed down the criminal route, somebody has to take the decision, we're going to report a crime, we're going to invest a crime. Then if it's a crime, there is a thing called the process of crime, which itself is criminal, which means that then you could drag in the banking system here for accepting bank accounts from the process of crime if the money was made by illegally selling a product which had a copyright and you didn't have the permission of the owner of the copyright. So from the point of view of having an obligation to do that, which we have, if we know that something is going on, and we know that this has been going on for a very, very long time, and the fact we haven't done it before doesn't mean that we shouldn't have done it. It was trying to find a way of doing it where the cure would not be worse than the disease. The way that is going to be done in the future is that the regulator will be the one that will have to address the complaint, and that the complainant will have to produce evidence that what is being put on a television screen is being put without his permission, and that they can demonstrate the ownership. So we are not, it's not just that anybody can say, well, look, I know that they're doing it. There has to be a formal complaint, there has to be an investigation into the complaint, and there has to be the ownership proven. So it cannot be triggered by somebody in Gibraltar making the complaint.
The second part of the bill introduces telecommunications legislation that gives exclusivity to Gibtelecom, with Sir Joe saying this gives the company greater resilience. The third part amends the Education and Training Act and gives legal backing for the prohibition of mobile phones. John Cortes said it does not criminalise children, but gives legal backing to policy. During the budget, Dr. Cortes announced the government was looking at a system of signal-proof pouches for mobile phones in school. Opposition spokesman Edwin Reyes pointed out the bill covers lunchtimes and break times and asked whether this would not encourage and increase entry and exit from school. The GST's Craig Sacarello claimed the different parts of the bill had nothing to do with each other, which made voting for it difficult. On what he termed the monopolising of the telecommunications provider, Mr. Sacarello said the importance of competition was that it drives efficiencies and innovation and ultimately benefits the consumer. Sir Joe, however, had this to say on Gibraltar Today.
Look, Gibtelecom has been the key element in the transformation of Gibraltar. Without Gibtelecom, we wouldn't have gaming companies, we wouldn't have insurance company. But the situation is that if the base in Gibraltar, in terms of providing mobiles, is eroded, then if they make less money, they invest less money. It's not that competition is bad. It's that competition is only sensible when there is a market that is big enough to keep more than one people alive, more than one entity alive.
And you're saying for mobile phones?
Well,
it's
if no other mobile phone territory our size has got more than one.
For his part, the Chief Minister pointed out Gibtelecom belongs to the people and would therefore only benefit the people and Gibraltar's economic interests. Craig Sacarello agreed with regularising satellite channels, but questioned how it's been done without consultation to the other players. He also pointed out it will change how we watch television. Opposition leader Keith Asabardi disagreed with the Chief Minister that it was holistic legislation. The proof, he said, was in the fact that it actually amended two different pieces of legislation, the Communications Act and the Education and Training Act.